Lynn Wood, founder of IdeaSpies, on turning down the news, turning up IdeaSpies, and turning the tap on for innovation and positivity. Lynn, you're the founder of IdeaSpies, and a guru of spreading ideas of innovation and extracting the ideas of innovation from people. And you've just written a really passionate article about turning down the news and doing more stuff like this. Do you want to share that with our audience?
Well, thank you very much. I was actually inspired to write it by holding this webinar, because I just started thinking about some of the issues and why I started IdeaSpies in 2016. And the reason I started it, because everybody says, what's the problem you're solving when you're in innovation? I'm sure Brad knows that very clearly. Everybody else does as well. And I was saying, I'm solving the problem of negative news. And nobody understood what I was talking about. I've since, when writing this article, and thanks to the encouragement, Victor, I researched some news around negative news. And it turns out that Medical News Today said that in 2016, when I started IdeaSpies, that was the year that negative news became more profound. It always been negative because our brains are trained, from the start, to put 10 times more emphasis on negative news than positive news. But in 2016, it really got worse. Anyway, people weren't noticing it. But now I can clearly say that IdeaSpies is really attempting to address the issue of negative news, because it has become more and more and more negative since 2016 when I started. And that's why it's wonderful to be part of this this webinar today, because there are so many positive things happening in the world, and IdeaSpies is showcasing it. And I know that we're actually also sharing some of the ideas as a panelist here, which we can talk more about a little bit later. But there are so many of these really good ideas that have not been getting the airtime they deserve, and they show a very positive future. And more people should know about it, because when we know about this more positive future, we can have more confidence in the future, our kids can have more confidence, and there'll be more investment in the future, which we radically need now. The top idea on IdeaSpies that's going out this week, we've got IdeaSpies Weekly that goes out, is that the COVID-19 is the great accelerator. And that's really positive as well, because it's making us change. Because what stops innovation is people don't like change. But it's just, hello, like I now can't go to the coffee shop, which I do every single day, and sit down. I always love sitting down at a coffee shop. Straight change. I have to make coffee at home. All of it. That was a very small example of how we have to change, but that's what is creating the COVID-19, though very negative, is creating a great accelerator for change. And we're all very fortunate to live in Australia, because our government's made very good decisions, which I'm also publicising, because I'm very interested in politics, so that we can get out of this faster than many other countries. And that will be a big opportunity for us. Thank you.
Brookings Institution today declared the 4 countries that have done best in hitting the virus and the economy: Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and Denmark. So right up there to everyone in Australia.